How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on my channel. And also make sure to head over to Twitch. Follow me for free at Douglas447. It's got a Detective Pikachu picture. Again, that's Douglas447 with a capital D. And in this video, we're going to be starting off reading The Final War, Hunters Hunted, the second chapter, the second part book of the Final War trilogy. And this is part one. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out the overview and introduction to the book, make sure you guys check out that video. It's only like 6 minutes long. And we're going to jump right in. This video hopefully will be under half an hour. I'm hoping it won't be longer. We got about 17 chapters. That'd be funny. 17 pages to read, so let's jump right in, and I hope you guys all enjoy. Chapter 11, Negotiations. Evil. Evil is what one does morally wrong. Evil is immoral and wicked. It is harmful and injurious. It brings about misfortune and suffering to many. It leads to bad conduct and disastrous character of those that act in it. Evil is a mark of anger, irritability, and I can't read. Evil is a mark of anger, irritability, and irascibility. Evil has caused. I'm skipping over that. Evil has caused many years of mischief in the universe in order to end the forever war between good and evil. Evil fights against what good is, believes in, and tries to achieve every millisecond. Evil will never rest until good is annihilated forever. The only way to make evil end is war. A war that has been in this universe for centuries and centuries. My name is Douglas Armstrong, and I send this message to those wishing to strike back at the regime that has risen up to conquer and enslave all good in the universe. The war is near its end. The outcome is uncertain, but together we can win. Location, Lambdo, Sector 3. Welcome to my home and the home of my kind, said a gigantic robot. Thank you for your welcome to the ruined robot planet, Megatron. My army of 2,000 demons thinks your home planet could use a little remodeling, said Mr. Halo Shadow, with Satan beside him. I do not care what they think. I am only interested in your business on my home world, replied Megatron, while signaling another robot to prepare to kill the regime members. I am here to speak with a transformer called Shockwave about a treaty, said Halo. Megatron signaled his friend to lower his hands full of nuclear missiles and to come out of hiding. Another robot appeared in front of Halo and Satan and the demon army, while Megatron smiled at his friend. This is Starscream, and she is my wife, said Megatron. I don't understand how robots can marry and have children, said Halo. In the future, you will, but not today. Come, we will take you to him, said Starscream. Halo, Satan, and the demon army followed the two Transformers through a destroyed city known as Cybertron to a sealed pit with an access panel nearby. What is down there? Asked Halo. Our home, after they issue with a man named Nathan Lasky, replied Starscream. Who? Asked Halo. A man few people know of that caused the destruction of this great planet, answered Starscream. Megatron pressed a series of buttons on the control panel, which was hundreds of feet higher than Halo. However, it was like typing on a laptop to the robot, and the sealed door opened to reveal an underground base. See you and your army at the bottom, said Megatron. Megatron and Starscream transformed into jets and blasted into the pit towards the main level of the base, while Halo, Satan, and the demon army levitated towards the ground floor. Once everyone had reached the main level, the door to the pit shut by itself, and the two Transformers returned to their form with 2 feet, 2 legs, cannons or missiles, 2 red eyes, and a soul of anger. Have your troops remain here while you two have your troops remain here while we take you two to Shockwave, said Megatron. Halo did as the evil robot instructed, and afterwards Halo and Satan followed Megatron and Starscream into a separate room, away from the sleeping quarters, the kitchen, the ship hangar, and the communications station. Once in the room, Halo saw a robot with one red eyeball staring at him with an intense focus, making Halo wonder what he had just walked himself and his regime into. Megatron, what illness has come over you to bring humans among our unit? Asked the unnamed robot. My master, they are no ordinary humans, said Megatron. Really? If they're not normal humans, then my cannon should not kill that one, said the master robot, looking at Halo. The master robot transformed his right hand into a cannon and fired a shell at Halo. After the dust cloud settled, the three Transformers looked at where Halo once stood and saw him standing there without being injured or being moved. That wasn't very nice of you, and should be grateful that I will not kill you all since I need your allegiance, said Halo. I am Shockwave, and I don't follow anyone's orders but my own, said the master robot. You will obey You will obey my commands or perish, said Halo. What do you want? Asked Shockwave. I want to make a treaty between your kind and my regime, so that you take orders from me to help eliminate the remaining pockets of good in the universe, called the Core, said Halo. Suddenly, three other Transformers walked into the room and looked at Halo and Shockwave. Knockout, Soundwave, and Dreadwing have no business in this room, said Megatron to Shockwave. If Team Doom is going to join an army that is able to conquer the Core and possibly our enemies on this planet, then they should be witnesses to this event, said Megatron. What do you say? Are you with me or against me? Said Halo. Team Doom will assist you in what ways it can, said Shockwave, sealing the treaty and his team's future fate. Commander Halo, we have returned with news, said Darth Upday, with Octopunny behind him, entering the base. How did you get in this base? Asked Shockwave. I let them, along with my other ships, into the hangar bay. We are allies and must learn how to share, said Halo. Shockwave was still mad that someone was unkillable and was making things happen without his approval. It took long enough to kill them, but you did kill them all? Asked Halo. During the battle against Unit Alpha and some robotic T-Rexes on the planet Disaster Master, we watched Jack and Andrew Woodson be killed, and the rest of the team trapped themselves in a cave, said Darth Upday. Sadly, because of Unit Alpha and the robotic dinosaurs, we lost all the Coltons, so your regime only has 5,000 T-180s and 2,000 demons, said Octopunny. You two generals are such idiots, yelled Satan. Satan, there is no need to yell among ourselves. I am happy that the Woodson brothers are dead. Yet I must say I am angry with you two for leaving Disaster Master without killing the other members. You may have used a rocket launcher to seal off the cave entrance. However, their ship has energy engines and Douglas has powers to teleport out of the cave. You fell into their trap, and now they are out in the universe building up another army to attack us. I promise that you two will not make the same error again, because I want everyone and everything in this universe to be... I want everything and everyone in this universe to be a fool to attack the regime, said Halo. What shall we do to repay you, Commander? Asked Darth Upday. Satan, take Darth Upday and Octopunny to hunt down and kill Unit Alpha, once and for all, said Halo. I forgot how much they have to do this. They constantly am hunting them down, they trap them, and they don't kill them because they're such idiots. It's just a plot device. What are you going to do? Asked Satan. I'm going to take my army of 2,000 demons to confront two betrayers that helped make me the man I am today and have my revenge, said Halo. Where are you going, and who must you have revenge on? Asked Shockwave. I'm going to the planet New Heaven to talk with my parents, because they helped God send me to prison on Prime 67, said Halo. How are you going to bypass the asteroid belt that guards the uncharted space without teleportation powers? Asked Satan. While we've been talking among ourselves, my demons have been using instructions given by our prisoner, Ashbeka, to add energy engines in all of the regime's ships. The same is taking place on the hidden base planet where Nikolai is holding Ash with the help of the T-180s, said Halo. Then let the hunt begin, said Darth Upday. What about my team? Asked Shockwave. Remain here for now. We need to have a definitive planet with a base of operations on our side to refuel and use as a retreating point, said Halo. Darth Upday, Octapony, and Satan boarded a regime ship and headed towards the planet Kun, while Halo and his 2,000 demon army activated the energy engines on the ships to enter the uncharted space. It has been a long time since I've seen this paradise planet, yet it is time for my reign over the universe, said Halo. Location, New Heaven. Welcome home, sweetheart, said a beautiful lady in an enormous house. Thanks, Mavis, yelled the man, walking through the house's front door in a suit. Yes, Mavis. I love Hotel Transylvania. Okay. Mavis entered the room where the man stood and looked at him with a puzzled look. So, did you find a job today? Asked Mavis. Honey, I have to tell you something first, said the man. What's wrong, Cody? Asked Mavis. Our son that we helped the Holy Trinity lock away on Prime 67 has broken out, said Cody. What? How? Asked Mavis. It is believed he planned his escape from the time he arrived. Records and cameras show him secretly making alliances with other prisoners and eventually breaking out, said Cody. How long has he been on the run? Asked Mavis. He has not been on the run, said Cody. What do you mean he's not been on the run? Why would he not want to escape this universe from the imprisonment of the Corps? Asked Mavis. He plans to defeat the Corps, not run from it. He has become the leader of a rising army called the Regime and is waging war against the Corps, said Cody. Then we must stop him, said Mavis. Agreed, said Cody. So, did you get the job? Asked Mavis. Suddenly, before Cody could answer his wife's question, the sound of bombs dropping from the skies was heard. Mr. and Mrs. Shadow opened the front door and stood outside to watch fighters duel other fighters, bombs raining down on the homes, and large ships landing and unloading the demon army. What is going on? Asked Mavis. I'm not sure, but those demons are heading for the High Council building, said Cody. We can't allow them to take it over so easily, said Mavis, opening up a crate with 2 blaster rifles and ammunition for each. Cody and Mavis raced off of their property and began to run towards the High Council building, located 1 mile north of their house. Bombs continued to rain non-stop from bombers. Fighters that were hit were crashing into homes nearby. Ships continued to land closer to the building with Corps leaders and unload more demons to eliminate the guards. After running without end, the couple took cover behind a car to watch the demon army march towards the building with numerous humans and angels prepared to fight off the invaders. We have to do something, said Mavis. We are doing something. We are spying, said Cody. The demon army would not cease in their pursuit to conquer the High Council building, and the guards realized they were outnumbered 2,000 to 1, but still decided to give their lives to kill as many demons as possible. Both sides fired their weapons at each other, but there was blood running like a river down the entrance steps from the building. Once the demons defeated the guards outside, they moved into the building and killed every single Corps leader and their families. The cry for help was loud, and the scream was too intense for one to listen for more than 3 seconds before crying themselves. Cody and Mavis hoped that some of the Corps on New Heaven made it safely into the hidden places on the planet and survived the slaughter this army of demons had brought. As the demons exited out of the High Council building, another ship landed at the entrance and the door opened to reveal a person they thought they would never see again. Halo Shadow. "I guess our son was and still is evil," broke out of Prime 67, "and is the leader of the regime," said Mavis. "Not only those things, but he is doing good on conquering the universe with the notion of taking over New Heaven," said Cody. "We have to make a move," said Mavis. "Not yet. We need to gather information for the Corps while we still act as spies," said Cody. Halo exited the ship, entered the High Council building, and sat down in the High Corps Commander's chair to signal that he was greater than God. While Halo laughed at the fact his army conquered New Heaven so easily, Cody and Mavis snuck up behind the demon guards and ripped their heads off from their necks, silently, and entered the building to listen to their son. "Today my first order to everyone in the city on New Heaven is to inform you that the Corps is dead," said Halo, speaking into a speaker which was wired throughout the city. "I am the new leader of the universe, with a greater army called the Regime. My name is Mr. Halo Shadow, and if you try to threaten my regime, or me, the result will be death. Go on about your regular lives, as if though this day never happened, and we will all get along without problems," said Halo. "If what Halo says is true, then we are the only hope left in the universe to stop him," said Mavis. "The two of us can't defeat him, his army on this planet, and the rest of the regime that is out in the universe by ourselves. We need help," said Cody. Suddenly, a demon came up from behind the couple and grabbed a hold of Mavis's throat. Cody punched the demon in the face, but he didn't let go of Mavis. "You move, she dies," said the demon, holding a grenade in his hands. Cody looked at Mavis and realized she was about to pass out. "Let us go," said Cody. "I can't allow that after you have spied on our commander," said the demon. "Fine, then I'll take you to hell," said Cody. Cody dashed towards the demon that was holding onto Mavis, while the demon activated the grenade. Cody fired his blaster rifle at the demon's legs, rescued his wife, and placed the grenade in the demon's mouth. "Run!" yelled Cody. Cody and Mavis dashed over the demon's body, out of the building, and behind the same car as before, just as Halo and a patrol of demons saw the wounded demon with a grenade in his mouth. Seconds later, the entrance to the building was engulfed with flames as the wounded demon was killed. The patrol of demons were wounded, and Halo was okay, since he was immortal, but pissed off that someone would attack his headquarters after just making a peace talk minutes ago. Yeah, this video is not going to be half an hour long. It's going to be much longer. Sorry, guys. "Way to go on making sure we aren't spotted," said Mavis. "Did you have a better idea?" asked Cody. "Yes. We do as the demon says, and we live another day," said Mavis. Don't you understand the fact that I just saved you at all?" asked Cody. "I understand that perfectly, just not the way you did it," said Mavis. "Fine. Next time we'll do it your way," said Cody. "Hey, you two," said a voice, coming from behind the couple. Cody and Mavis turned around to see three demons standing there with blaster rifles, pointing at the shadows' heads. "What are you two doing?" asked one of the demons. "Running from cover to cover to avoid the bombs from killing us," said Mavis. "What a stupid woman," said the demon. "Hey, she is my wife, stupid demon," said Cody. Suddenly, the demons quickly lowered their blaster rifles when Halo walked in front of them. "What are you three doing to my parents?" asked Halo to the demons. "They looked odd, and we thought they caused the explosion inside of your headquarters," said the leader demon. "My parents could never have done such a thing," said Halo, helping his parents up. "Follow me to my new home," said Halo. Halo, Cody, and Mavis left the demons, entered the headquarters building, and sat down in the conference room that held the High Corps Commander's chair. "You are very lucky I saw my troops, or else they might have killed you. You are very lucky I saw my troops, or else you might have killed them with your hidden blaster rifles," said Halo. Cody and Mavis tossed their rifles on the floor, which were hidden under the backside of the shirts, watched Halo sit in the Corps High Commander's chair, and sat down across from him. "I must say it pains me to see you two," said Halo. "We missed you too," said Mavis. "Silence!" yelled Halo. "If you really had missed me all these years, Then why didn't you plead with the Holy Trinity to release me? You could have saved me from going to Prime 67. You could have killed them. You could have made my life sentence shorter. You could have done something to help your son. But you did nothing. Instead, you have remained on this paradise planet while I have been rusting in a prison, said Halo. We get that you are angry with us helping God place you on Prime 67. However, you did, and still do, have plans to kill him. And the one of rare and true blood, said Cody. God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and the core are dead, said Halo. Then why are you still conquering more planets? Asked Mavis. I know why. You haven't killed the one of rare blood yet, have you? Said Cody. Douglas Armstrong is still a great threat to my regime, with his Unit Alpha still wanting the core to rule. But I plan to end him and his unit soon, said Halo. What do you want with us? Asked Cody. I want to offer you two to join my regime, said Halo. No, said Cody. Mavis got up and spoke to Cody silently to inform him that they could act as a core spy and that possibly it was the best thing to do was to reconsider. Mavis sat down and Halo asked the question again, yet the answer was different when Cody agreed to join the regime. I would like to know how you got your army past the asteroid belt, said Cody. My ships have energy engines, and even if they didn't, I could teleport them, said Halo. What's next? Asked Mavis. I am waiting for some of my generals to return from hunting down Unit Alpha and their leader, Douglas Armstrong, said Halo. What generals? Asked Cody. Darth Upday, Agde Punny, and Satan, replied Halo. Chapter 12. A Giant Problem. The next day came around with Unit Alpha inside of the STC-40. The team consisted of Douglas Armstrong, Amy Armstrong, Devin Armstrong, Peter Lewis, Chad Taylor, Peter Arnold, and Laura Strong. The ship they were inside of contained the Book of Power inside of its armory and the ARC 170 armored jeep inside of its hangar bay. Commander Douglas will be at the planet Camdan to begin our search for help to defeat the regime in 2 minutes, said Devin, Douglas's younger brother. What is the planet Camdan's terrain? Asked Amy. Unknown, because it is usually controlled by evil, and no one dares coming to the planet because of the evil giants that roam the planet, said Chad. I don't care about giants. We need to search each planet to locate the other 7 relics to make Halo Shadow mortal and end this war, said Douglas. Devin piloted the STC-40 into hovering mode, while Amy began searching and scanning the area for giants. I have nothing on my scanners, said Amy. Devin, land the ship inside of that abandoned barn next to that farmhouse, said Douglas. While Devin placed the STC-40 carefully inside of the structure, the unit of 7 core members saw super tall trees and miles of cornfields all around the place. Suddenly the ship landed and shook the crew around with a great force. I think we're here, said Brittany. Good observation, Brittany, said Peter. Everyone grab your weapons and let's search the area around for a relic, said Douglas. Unit Alpha exited out of the ship with blaster rifles in their hands and some with lightsabers on their belt, cautiously left the barn and walked towards the door to the house. While walking in a circular formation, Amy saw a strange, dark figure rush past the windows. Everyone, I think something is inside of the house, yelled Amy. Douglas looked at the house while Amy pointed at the windows, and the team aimed their blaster rifles at the house, ending the formation. What did it look like? Asked Douglas to Amy. Like a person, perhaps a demon, a T-180, or Halo, replied Amy. The group arrived at the door, and Devin kicked it open to reveal the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ sitting down in chairs in the living room of the house, looking at a door. I would not suggest pulling the trigger on my family, said a voice. The team looked to see God enter the room and sit down in a chair next to Jesus and the Holy Spirit. The unit lowered their weapons and sat down in chairs located next to the door and across from the thought-to-be-dead core advisors. Sorry if I spooked you, Amy, with my dashing by the window, yet I wanted to make sure it wasn't the regime coming to harm us, said God. I was spooked, but I'm more spooked at the fact that we are talking to you three when you were killed on Sonic, said Amy. The three of us were never killed on the planet Sonic by landmines. Instead, Jesus teleported us to this planet to locate a relic key to help you make Halo mortal, said God. God quickly tossed a relic key, which looked like a house-sized key with blue liquid traveling through it, to Douglas. How did you know it was here, and where did you get it? Asked Devon. We have spies working inside of the regime that told us the location of all the relic keys and the possible location of the last relic. We have to kill we had to kill a few giants to get this and remained here because we knew that after your battle on the planet Disaster Master, you would come here, said Jesus. You must go and travel to the following planets to hunt down the remaining 5 relic keys: Tom Bomb, Trick In, Lipton, Lanik, and Ink, said God. What are you three going to do? Asked Douglas. We're going to the planet Lambdo in order to make a treaty with creatures called Transformers, said Jesus. Which ones? Asked Peter. The good ones, of course. They call themselves Team Bravo, replied Jesus. What do you want us to do after we are done hunting? Asked Douglas. Come to Lambdo, answered God. It will be done. As you can tell, Jack and Andrew Whitson are dead, and that Ashbeka is still being hidden by the regime. So could you tell us something of the future? Said Douglas. I know what happened in the past, and what will happen in the future. However, changing either one is something I won't do. Things happen for a reason, even if we don't like them, said God. We will see you soon, said Douglas. The Holy Trinity teleported out of the room, off of the planet Camdan, and onto the planet Lambdo. Douglas looked at his friends and family with the relic key of Camdan in his hands and realized there was still hope of defeating the regime and winning the war. Let's get back to the STC-40 and go to the planet Tom Bomb in Sector 8, said Douglas. Unit Alpha got out of their chairs, walked towards the door, and were all of a sudden halted in their pace when a gigantic tree log slammed in front of them. Douglas and his unit looked to see a piece of the ceiling missing and 3 giants with clubs ready for dinner. Looks like we have a giant problem to deal with, said Brittany. Run! Yelled Amy. Quickly, Unit Alpha dashed out of the house and into the open cornfields to enter the barn with the STC-40 while being hunted by the evil giants with brown skin. The giants swung their clubs around, trying to smash the members of the team, but had poor accuracy. After dashing around in the thick fields, Douglas decided to try a different strategy against the giants. Everyone, drop dead and don't move, said Douglas. Why? They won't. Why? They would just eat us, said Peter. No, they won't be able to see us, said Chad. The giants continued to swing their wooden clubs at the core members, but in the flash of a second, they all vanished from sight. The giants froze in amazement and wondered where their dinner could have traveled off to. The giants walked through the cornfields, hoping to find them, but Unit Alpha remained silent and motionless. One of the giants almost smashed Devon with its foot when it landed only a few feet away from Devon's head. The 3 evil creatures continued to walk towards the barn the STC-40 was inside of and eventually disappeared from the team's sight. Douglas signaled his friends to crawl towards the barn to avoid being seen by other giants while making their way to the barn. Once the squad cleared out of the cornfields, they stood up and walked into the barn to see the ship untouched. Let's get off those rocks, said Douglas. Unit Alpha entered their ship. Douglas placed the relic key in the ship's armory, and everyone took their certain stations on the command bridge. Devon, take us to Tom Bomb, ordered Douglas. Suddenly, the evil 3 giants smashed into the barn with their clubs and attacked the STC-40's engines. They have crippled the engines, exclaimed Devon. We are going to die, yelled Brittany. Pull yourselves together. We're not going to die, said Douglas. Then, in the flash of a second, the STC-40 disappeared from the giant's sight. What happened? Asked Brittany, wondering if they were dead. I teleported us off the planet Camdan and to the volcano planet of Tom Bomb, replied Douglas. Location: Sector 13. met Kong. "How are you doing, Mr. Chosen One?" asked Nikolai Sith. "I am fine," replied Ashbeka in a prison cell. "Do you still believe you will break out of this place?" asked Nikolai. "You don't?" asked Ash. Nikolai walked away from his prisoner on the regime's main home planet with the T-180 army at his command. As night came to pass, Ash decided to break out of his cell. It was a cold night, and the guards wanted to take a break to enjoy the fresh air, so the T-180s left their posts. They walked outside and began drinking a beer while outside of the base, while having their backs turned away from Ash. "This is it," said Ash. Ash created a ball of fire in the palm of his right hand, tossed it at the metal cage, and melted a doorway to escape. "That was too easy. You would have thought they would have had a force field or something around my cell," said Ash, while walking out of the cell and beginning his escape. The two T-180s returned inside of the base and saw the prisoner had escaped, so the alarm was raised. The T-180 guards began searching the base for Ash and saw him running down a long hallway towards the base's hangar bay. Ash ran as hard as a rock and as fast as a cheetah so that the T-180s could not capture him. The T-180s increased their speed, but were never going to be able to capture Ash at his speed. Ash continued to run towards the sealed-off doorway to the hangar bay and was halted when Nikolai appeared out of a connecting hallway to be face-to-face with Ash. "Going somewhere?" asked Nikolai. The T-180 guards arrived at the location of the prisoner, and the regime general escorted the prisoner to a new cell with security features like a force field to burn anything that traveled through it unless deactivated. Nikolai, once Ash was placed in the new cell and the T-180s explained how he escaped, wondered what Ash was thinking. "Did you think you could really escape that easily and just take a ship of the regime's without raising an alarm?" asked Nikolai. "Like I said before, I was getting a general idea of the base," said Ash. "You won't be able to break out of this cell unless I allow it," said Nikolai. "That is where you are correct. I don't need to leave my cell again until you need me as a bargaining chip when the Corps rescues me," said Ash, laughing. "You're a fool. The Corps is dead, and no one knows you're on this planet," said Nikolai. And that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to part 2 coming out very soon. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whether it be here on this YouTube channel or Twitch at Douglas447. Have a good one, guys.